We are live, baby. Yes. So this is my first time going live for Club Moto on YouTube. Today we have a very simple topic to learn about. We are going to learn about diagnosing no start issue. And the first thing that we do when we diagnose issues is we check the easiest things. We check to see if we're getting power. Power is very important. And if you can, number one, check your fuses. So I'm gonna set up my camera so that you guys can see what I see. And we're gonna check the fuses on a 2007 Triumph Bonneville T100. Slow nip in the garage, but not too bad overall. All right, just to teach you guys this, the first method, we won't need anything too much. We can just use our eyes to check to see if fuses are good. And then the second method, we'll need a multimeter like, where'd my multimeter go? Like this one. Multimeter. We're gonna turn it to voltage. Put some light on here. Uh-oh. Looks like my multimeter is voltage. And first things first, we're gonna go with the visual test. Here, I have my fuses. It says fuse right there on the top of the case. Take that off. Your motorcycle fuses are gonna be located in a few different places. So we'll start with just testing them because looking for them is a whole nother battle. And usually you can find out where your fuses are located. I know all the fuses here are good, so I'm only gonna check to see if just a couple of them are good so I can show you. So we have one example of a fuse that you might find, blade fuse. These are the chunky ones. I don't care what the name is, they're just chunky to me. And inside of that green housing, you can see a full loop. It goes from one side to the next, no cuts, no breaks. See that in the shadow? Visually, if you cannot see it, my camera's not focused or something, just make sure there's nothing burnt, okay? It should jump from one side to the next, and that's pretty simple. Now, to show you the way to, actually I was measuring in voltage, but an easy way to do it is to just measure continuity. And continuity is sometimes this little, it looks like a Wi-Fi symbol on the multimeter. Shout out to Klein Tools. But you just take those two, and continuity tests to see if a system is complete. So if it's a complete loop. So these two probes, they're supposed to be going in a complete loop. When I complete the loop, I hear a little beep showing that it has continuity. Now I can do the same test by putting those two probes and then checking to see if I can get continuity to flow from one side of the fuse to the other side. And I bet you can hear the sound. The test is good. I hear a beep in there somewhere. All you gotta do is touch. Oh, touch. Just touch it, touch them together. And then you see open to close. Watch. So it's giving you feedback It's telling you that ohms, voltage, some kind of electricity is passing through this loop. Okay, that's how you check your fuses. I hope that was really easy to digest for everybody. I will continue a fast way of checking your fuses if my camera setup can stabilize itself. All right. So at the top of all the fuses are these tiny little dots where you gain access to the metal inside. All you got to do is touch those dots. So we can actually go ahead and test all these fuses very quickly without pulling them out, just by putting our probes at the top of each. And we'll hear a beep and we'll see it go from open to feedback. Okay, that fuse is good. On to the next. That fuse is good. Now these tiny blade fuses, I'm gonna pull one out so you can see what they look like. My bike comes with a fuse puller. Some of them do come with them, some come without. If not, then you just be using your fingers to pull them out. This tiny little blade fuse, same size, same deal. Two little legs, you see through it to see if it's complete, but without having to pull it out, all I gotta do is touch my probe to the top two dots, the two contacts on top of the fuse, so I can test them. And I'll go through and I'll test them all, and you'll see the voltage change, open and feedback on the voltage reader. You don't need to know all the specific terms. You just need to know what to look for, a change in the system. So every fuse here is good. And typically when someone is looking for issues in a motorcycle, they want to see what's normal, what's not, what works and what doesn't, so that they can move on to the next thing and start troubleshooting another system. So everything here in the fuse box is good. So I'm basically gonna buckle that back up. I'm gonna keep it open because who knows,